John Davis, absolutely one of the best.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis doing what true crimers do.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
Mr. John Davis. John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime.
This guy John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime. Maybe that's where I've heard that name before.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis, and it's good to see you, John. How are you?
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True.
Hey, John Davis.
John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime kicks butt.
Tune in and watch John Davis True Crime. You will love it. It's one of the best channels on YouTube. Tune in. It's John Davis True Crime.
Me and Chris are putting our differences aside. It's not about our egos. It's about finding Sebastian. Me, Chris, and Katie will begin working together. And if everybody else could just fuck off and put your egos aside, help us find our son. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is the goal of this shit. If you can't get on that, get the
Amen. Well said. Right. Well said. Good morning. Happy June 5th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you. Sorry, I didn't mean to play that. Didn't mean to play that, guys, because that seems so odd watching now after. I just seen him talking some mad shit in a clip to Proudfoot. Like he got I can't remember exactly what it was. It might have been on the Bullhorn Betty thing, but he kind of was like, if you're in the chat, which I know you are, you can suck it. It was wild. Wild when looking back. How long ago was that video? About a month? Maybe longer. I don't know. Tony Mathis, you suck at your job. Since you've been on board, shit's got worse. You're a horrible PR manager. I mean, let's be honest. If we had to rate you, you'd come in, the goal was to unite. Put on a united front. And that has went to shift. Good morning, Cat's Hodgepodgery, Missy, Jessie, Suzette Brown, P. Allen Girl, Smart as a Patriot, Sally Carson, Puppy Red Mustang. Big round of good mornings to everybody. I'll tell you, man, I'm blown away by the shit show we're seeing. But you know what the shit show does provide is attention. Then you can direct the attention to the right place, right there. And you can make some good come out of some bad. I'm serious though, man. Let's be honest. I mean, I know y'all don't want to, nobody wants to pick sides and all that, but let's be honest. Given the goal that Tony Mathis stated he was there to achieve, what would you get? What would you rate him? Give Tony a report card on how he's done as Seth's PR guy. Everybody, give me a grade. I want to see A through F. And, you know, if you'd like to comment on how you came to your conclusion or, you know, why you think he deserved whatever you give him, whatever grade. I don't want to influence your decisions. A, B, C, D, F. Grading system, and let us know why. I see an F. I see a D. F. Not exactly awesome marks there, Tony. Seems my crowd filleth you sucketh at your job. I think you're doing a bad job. It seems like a lot of people agree with me. All right, we have another grade. So let's put this one up for everybody. We got another F. And the reasoning is because he's inflamed the situation like a hemorrhoid. Well spoken. Well, I guess he's trying. I don't know. I'll change to F. Wow, T-Bird. Wow, Tone Dog. Tone Loke. Well, I guess he's trying. I don't know. I'll change to F. Ooh, hold on. A plus if his job was to create and cause more drama. Yes. And that's I would 100% agree with that. If you would introduce yourself and have been like, look, name's Tone. That's all y'all need to know. I'm coming into this because y'all want some shit to talk about. Give me a minute. Hold this. Hold my beer. If that would have been his approach, like, guys, I am going to rip this shit out the water. That would have been the way to go. I made a post yesterday. Me and Brandie, we bounce shit back and forth off each other a lot. We was talking about, you could line up, because I think back to what I think I know about Sebastian Rogers' disappearance. Sebastian Rogers disappeared, Hendersonville, North Carolina, February 26th. It's the day we're going with. February 26th. Been missing over 100 days. If you go back to it, everybody thinks it's odd. I find it odd that I popped on the phone for 3 hours. Seemed odd to most of us. And if you think about the timing, in the issue, when it hung up, it would have been about the time it would have took Chris to get there to the video. The police tell us is nothing to see. It's the trash truck. It lines up. Like if they's like, okay, he's spoke on it. Well, I'm on my way. Okay, I'll be there. And poof, left. It would about line up when that video, the video that everybody says is not shit. I want to preface it by saying that. I don't say it. I think maybe accidentally something got leaked. Just saying, everybody's allowed to have an opinion. Listen, I put up some crazy shit. I've been fair to everybody, no matter what your opinion. But damn, it lines up so well to me. And I've always thought any shit going down that time of night on a Sunday night is suspicious. Unless it's somebody get up and leaving for work. Any movement outside that night is suspicious as hell to me. Brandie's like, I don't know. I'm like, no, it is. 3-something at night on a Sunday night. And it's not somebody just getting up and going to work. There's movement around. I'm interested. Well, you are a trophy husband, LOL. Thank you, Pink Banjo. I was wondering, this is the second time I've wore it for a laugh and not got nothing. Thank you for noticing. Y'all think it lines up wild or just me? What if the random lights in the trash truck video was reflecting the flashlights in the house out the window? I think there was definite movement. I really do. I apologize for the noise. They are doing some hella construction right outside the house. Fixing this shit. I got potholes, man. I should be able to sue the county. Anyway, I don't want to go there. Don't want to go there today. We're talking about what y'all think. Because, I mean, give John more attention, please. Jesse, you crack me up. I don't know why I keep your ass around anymore. You know, if it wasn't for the occasional laugh, y'all killed me, man. He's the attention whore message. Wow. I opened myself up for it, I guess. What do y'all think, that man? Y'all think that the flashlight video ain't shit? I don't, man. I think it was an accident. We love you. Don't be trying to suck up now. Too late. Off subject, but I wanted to tell you, Fox 8 featured young girl missing from Ohio. Wasn't the one? It wasn't the 13-year-old, wasn't that the parents found? Have y'all seen that? Man, I should have clipped that. I didn't. There was this 13-year-old girl missing for a week. She rolls back in like she'd just been on a long weekend, and the parents are like, yay, great, she's back, thanks to everybody, and now we want to find out who she was with for that week and prosecute them, who harbored her for that week. I don't know, man. It's wild to me. I kind of agree that, you know, if she was with some adults and they knew that, you know, I don't know. It's wild, though. She just apparently rolled back up to the house. Did y'all see that? I believe it was definitely something, and that's why law enforcement tried to brush it off as nothing. Yeah, talking about the video. Law enforcement, it got brushed off hard. And I tell you, I've watched it, man, and I just find it so hard to believe that that's the trash people. I'm not swearing it ain't, but I find it so hard to believe. You know, I really do. I tell you what, I've been looking around this morning. Y'all know I look through a lot. I got a Facebook page. Y'all should check it out sometime. But I like to see what the social media folks are talking about. This was on the Find Sebastian Rogers group, and it says, "We do not tolerate talking bad about any volunteers, no matter what." I was like, I think they probably mean well, but that comes off so wild to me. No matter what. I mean, you really going to stand behind something like that? Because I tell you what, if you don't think a lot of people that volunteer aren't doing it for the wrong reasons and it don't happen, you're wild. You know? No matter what. So if you're a volunteer, no matter what you do, there's no talking bad about you. It's an odd statement, isn't it? No matter what. Exactly. Why didn't you just end it with, "We do not tolerate talking bad about any volunteers." Period. That's where that should have ended. Then I would have been like, yeah, I can get behind that. But then they throw in the no matter what. I'm like, what? So volunteers get immunity? Is that how this works? So you mean to tell me I can join your system, and as long as I'm volunteering, I act up? I'll tell you what. How was my Hank Hill, Pink Banjo? I'll tell you what. That was my bud head, in case anyone was wondering. It was my Hank Hill going into my bud head. I used to have a lot of them I could do. Not gonna do it. 1,000 points of light. That was my George H. Bush. It killed back in skull. Not gonna do it. Propane and propane accessories. Ain't it great, man? I love King of the Hill. Hank will bring propane up anytime. He wears that shit like a badge, too. Hank Hill. I work in propane accessories, grills, tongs, such. I seen this. I thought this was kind of wishful thinking. 100 days with the sadness I feel, I finally reached the point of feeling terribly angry. I can't be the only one feeling this way, can I? Law enforcement needs to make KP talk. With everything the Proudfits have said, it seems 100% far-fetched that Sebastian just walked out the door without a trace. Hold on now. It's time. Interrogate her until she breaks. Justice for Sebastian. A lot of people probably feel like that, but in this country, you know, you get a couple cracks at somebody most of the time, but that's just not the way it works. You know, I agree though. If you can get her in for questioning, ask her some shit. Question her. All you can. But if we could do that, I feel like there's a lot of them that would have been interrogated a lot stronger. She'd just lawyer up. Exactly. You know, I know people want to think that that's something that could happen, that people could do, but in reality, it's just not. You know, we can't just drag her in, throw the spotlight on her. And really, man, I don't even know if I'd condone that without some solid proof. Yeah. I'm talking about to do the spotlight and shit. That used to be a thing, man. It used to happen. But I tell you what, I often think a lot of time like that, if you've got like a weaker person, you're going to get a bunch of false confessions too. And nobody wants that, do they? Don't get me wrong. I'm all about, you know, if it could lead to finding, but I mean, let's all we play by rules. That's how it is. And like I said, we don't want a false confession by somebody. That happens. I know a lot of people think, ain't no way you confessing to something you didn't do. It happens. It happens. Believe it or not, it happens. People get intimidated by real long sentences and they confess. Ginger Stapp. I'm that bee mama bear, Selena Dixon, Messy Jessie, Gene Jackson. Good morning, Gene Jackson. Woo, I am for real. I wish we could interrogate people, though. Be nice, wouldn't it? But, you know, you got to think, too, man. I mean, we don't know. We don't know. I seen this. Where was this? Hold on. Let me get to this. I was going to bring this up later. Shit, don't tell me. Here it is. Yes. I read this. Listen to this. Seems like this would be talked about by someone since it's a huge possibility. Children with autism spectrum disorder may run away or wander off, a behavior called eloping by clinicians. According to a study by the American Academy of Pediatrics, nearly half of children with ASD will elope at least once before age 17, and more than half of those children go missing. Wandering can be dangerous and stressful for families, and many missing children end up in dangerous situations or are found unalived, often drowned. Children with ASD may elope for many reasons, including to avoid something they don't like, such as noise, to go somewhere specific, like a favorite place, to avoid something they're afraid of, like dogs or balloons, to seek out a sensory stimulus like water, to feel in control, to get attention, to grab something they see and want. This could be exactly what has happened, but who knows? The parents are more into talking about divorces, child custody battles, spitting in someone's food, and acting irate. Hundreds of ponds in the area where Sebastian lived, but how many have been searched? High-functioning autistic children still have behavioral patterns as other autistic children. Nearly half of children with ASD will elope at least once before age 17. You know, I like to be a positive person, man. You know, I would love to think that could be what happened and we could find him. But if that's the case by now, he still needs to be found. You know, I don't know how well overall all the searching's been done. I hate to think he's out there somewhere and we just ain't found him yet. You know, I know people want to hold other people responsible, and you know, it's a lot more fun to talk about the drama and all that for a lot of people. But to think that that could have been a case of what has happened and he's out there somewhere and all this unnecessary bullshit's going on is a horrible thought. You know, it's a horrible thought. But it's a thought and it's a possibility. You know, and not only that, you know, y'all seen what I read. It says, you know, that a lot of them, you know, it could start out as that, as eloping, and then something lead to them, something bad happening to them. To me, it seems outrageous and completely insane that parenting couples in Tennessee can report their children as missing and then avoid being held accountable for failing as a parenting couple. I tell you, the one thing I think they really failed on is we don't have video of all this. You know, I have to point at one thing where they really failed finding Sebastian and the investigation is there's no video. Imagine the search efforts if there was like video of Sebastian leaving his house, you know, how hard people would be looking for him. We don't have that though, for some reason. And this one, it just blows my mind. Somebody that installs security systems, is all into them, works for a security installation company, doesn't have the most high-tech shit there is, especially with a child with autism. How do we really know there is no video? I mean, I don't know. I don't guess we do. I'm saying that's one of the big problems, though. Which follows drama and chaos. Imagine when he's found how hard it will be to co-parent or, God forbid, grieve. Wow, that's a good point. That is an excellent point. Imagine he is found. What who knows? You know? We should have some video. I think everybody will agree to that. There should be video. There's no reason for somebody that works for a security company that has a special needs child shouldn't have the best security there is. Crazy. It really is. You'll never explain that to me. Never. Not in a million years will you make me understand why there ain't no video. I got so many problems with this. And I think a lot of people think because I talk about the wildness of some of it that I'm like pro Chris and Katie or something. And I'm not, because I 100% think there is so much about this that just don't make sense. That they got to be suspect. I don't understand why it hasn't been declared a crime by this point of something. There's got to be some kind of crime that's occurred here. There's a unaccounted for 15-year-old young man with autism, and none of the parents know where he's at. Nobody can explain where he is. There's not a issue nowhere in that. As a matter of fact, Sebastian's case is beginning to make me so sad that it's hard for me these days to watch broadcasts about him. God, you should have said something, Lip Lock. I'd have tried to tone it down some, but I'm solid invested at this point, you know. Yes, how you lose a whole child out of a locked house. There should be video, man, for sure. I think there's a couple reasons you think something is amiss. Telling me he ain't got no shoes and he ran away. But I don't want to dump on that theory totally 100% because I don't know, and nobody does. That's why I hate it when people are so invested in they know, because they don't. And when you say that, that's why I try not to say that. You discourage searching, and we don't know. Like that article I read, man, those statistics are pretty big, you know. John Davis True Crime. It's okay, sweetheart. It isn't you. It's the things other channels are doing with this case. Oh, they're blowing it way out there, man. A lot of stuff I don't need to know, to be honest. You know, the hypocrisy. That's what I was going to talk about originally. It's just the mind-blowing hypocrisy on each side of this. You know. I just don't get these parents. They say and do things after their kids go missing that lead them to believe they don't care about their child. Ginger snap, ain't that the damnedest thing? Ain't it? It's like even if I had a missing child, okay, say my child's missing. Even if I didn't have shit to do with it, I'm not going to I'm going to try to display I don't know how to put it, a good demeanor, and I don't know. It's the wildest. It's the wildest. But see, I try not to look too much into it either, because I think sometimes people over analyze some behavior. They belittle Sebastian. They talk about private shit. That's what bothers me. Is I keep hearing people, the parents, talking about they think Sebastian's still out there and he's alive and all this, but they're letting all this private shit slip out that I hate it for him so bad, because I know as a young man what it was like to not feel super confident, and you didn't want certain things out, and all the things that have come out would be devastating to him, in my opinion, as a young man. That's why I really judge Seth harsh over telling some stuff that he said himself that I would have just never thought needed to be put out. So my child, even though this law enforcement scaled back search, my search will be ongoing. How you just give up? I don't get it. Gene, that's true too, man. Especially, if it's the eloper, say it's the elope thing that I read about earlier, to where autistic kids could do this. How are you not out there constantly? And I would think surely they have this information. If I had this information that I just told y'all, that's probably what I'd be concentrating on right now, unless I had something better, is searching and looking in water. That's horrible, that it seems like water comes into play a lot. That's what bothers me, all of these intimate details about Sebastian that we as the public should not know. Exactly. He's been let down by everybody in that way, in my opinion. I mean, it just seems like it'd be a lot on a young man having all that out there. My opinion, we should not know all of this personal stuff about Katie's life and her abuse. That's why, that's another reason I bring up the hypocrisy. If it wasn't for her situation, nobody would dare bring that up, I don't think. But because of her situation, it seems like it's being talked about. I don't talk about that stuff. Unfortunately, it's about a poor 15-year-old boy, Sebastian, who lived in the middle of a parental war with a hot-tempered and aggressive stepfather. He's liable has to come back with all this personal stuff out there. Jesus, that is a recipe for more disaster. Yes, I get red flags from all three parents. Some of things they've said would be humiliating for anyone, but especially a 15-year-old boy. We gotta watch the cussing in the chat. The algorithm don't like me anyway. I do believe law enforcement already have an idea of what happened and are gathering up what they need for an arrest. Sally, you may be right, because like I was saying the other day, everybody talks about, hey, none of the suspects been named. Da, da, da. You never know. It could be tomorrow. Boom. Could happen any day. They were all co-parenting great until this, according to both sides. I don't know, man. I thought it was weird. I did see a thing where Seth was talking about something about Sebastian and beating him to a pulp or something. Sebastian had said something about that, and Seth said, I showed him on Mortal Kombat. I beat him to a pulp on the game and showed him that's what getting beat to a pulp's like. And I was like, wow. Did y'all see that? Can't remember what that was on, but I wouldn't tell you if I hadn't seen it. It was really came off weird to me. He seems a little, I don't know how to put it. Bullyish. The court said he was borderline abusive. Who are we talking about? What a weird statement, Seth. Yes, it was weird. Like, when I found out Seth smacked Sebastian in the head at school, my stomach turned. And that's wild to me, man. I can honestly say I've never done that to one of my children, and they're not autistic, but you would think you would really try to be more understanding and compassionate with a child. And I mean, and let's be honest now to ourselves. If he was comfortable enough to do that in front of somebody else, what was he comfortable enough to do when he wasn't at school? I saw it. I don't remember that being the exact verbiage. I thought he was the words beat down and beat your ass, beat to a pulp was even more awful. And I agree. It was strange and I don't agree with it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I got that word for word. I'm just giving you the overall gist of it. It came off as weird as hell to me. You know, that's why I talk about the hypocrisy. There's another reason I brought this up, man. It's just rampant. It's rampant. And I still go back to the age thing, and 9 times out of 10, any age difference at that age would be getting called out left and right. You know, met at 12. I remember when I was 22, you know what I was not doing? Associating with anybody that went to middle school. That always strikes me as wild. Make Sebastian's modem warfare to explain to what a real beating is. Was weird, the whole thing, wasn't it? Guess I would bring somebody up, but my internet has been sucking lately. I don't want to screw it up and fight it. I think I'm going to do that Friday. Friday, we're going to have a panel guest. Someone Friday will be on panel. I'm even going to push it back a little later for everybody. I think I'm going to make it 10. I hope I don't screw it up for anybody. Hopefully it'll help some people out, making it a little later. We're going to have a panel guest Friday. We're going to talk about some stuff. I ain't decided what yet. But we will. Oh, y'all want to see something wild? Something blow your mind? Where's that? Where's that? Hold on, what's this? Let's see if I show you. Oh, yeah. There is people on the side of both sides of the family. Chris, Katie, and Seth got their back. Wasn't sure who Candace was talking about, LOL, but it looked like she was saying Sebastian's parents thought bad of her. Candace has had words to them, especially not liking Chris's cousin, but now she supports them, y'all. They put, and that's in the chats. Candace is saying, you know, she supports somebody, and they ask who, hun, and they're talking about Ken. I support them as well. She's talking about Chris, Katie, all of them. Ken supports Bastion's parents. Yes, all of them, diamonds. So, missing Summerwells, missing 5-year-old Summerwells. Her mother is in support. Chris and Katie and Seth. All Sebastian's parents. I think you kind of get they say a bond with parents, go through the same thing. I think a lot of parents regretfully develop relationships over having that shared experience. I thought that was wild though, right? Oh, really? Not true. Candace does not support Seth. Who cares who Candace supports? Yeah, I thought it was an excuse to bring up little Summer, Tina. I try to bring her up as much as possible, but I don't want to make up a bunch of bullshit to talk about either. John, don't believe everything you see online. Okay, Taylor was stitching bitching in true crime. Thank you for that. I like that picture. You know what? I think I accidentally lost my other newer picture I found. I showed y'all a while back. I just question if there's any work being done on Summer's case right now. Check this out, y'all. I seen this. I thought this was funny as shit. Y'all seen this? It says, after doing 9 months on the inside, do come out with a couple teardrops, a stash, got him a cross. I thought that was so funny when I seen that. Summer, I think about you every day, honey. Pray for justice. Me too. I got so mad when Seth said Summer's name, I blew a gasket. Essay's funny, ain't he? I like the teardrops. That is hilarious, ain't it? Oh. Summer's Day is coming up. Yes, a lot of people going to Summer's Day. We are at the countdown now. We're only 10 days away. Kind of looks like John Davis True Crime. It's my baby pick. I meaned it up for y'all. Baby jelly roll. Yeah, that'd be baby jelly. That'd be mini baby jelly roll, wouldn't it? I'll tell you what, old Jelly Roll can sing, can it? Rap, whatever. What else we got? Did I show this? I showed that. This Hollywood medium was able to connect Nancy Grace with her deceased father. Maybe he can use his abilities to locate Sebastian. The Hollywood medium with Tyler Henry. You know, I wouldn't be super confident of it, but why not at this point? We're 100 days out. It'd be interesting just to hear what he said, wouldn't it? Coincidentally, Summer's Day is also our youngest grandson's birthday. He will be 8 years old on June 15th. Oh, wow. Tell him happy birthday, Liplock. Today we have drones and satellites that are so accurate that they can send grenades down and hit a fly crab on a Russian tank. Why can't the authorities find 2 children in Tennessee? I don't know, man, but it's getting scary. Really in Summer's case, because there hasn't, you know, and I seen where Holly from Common Sense True Crime brought it up. You know, I think at least, even if there ain't shit to say, tell us there ain't shit to say, they could do a conference, you know? Tell us something. Like, we've had some leads, they didn't pan out. Something. Man, I'm I'm wondering if it'll even be mentioned. Yeah, it's amazing when a medium can connect with a celebrity's family. He is so fake. You know, I watched a thing on how they do the like the John Edwards thing where they're like, this guy, somebody on this side of the room, your grandfather. It's more like a thing of statistics and probabilities. Like depending on where you are, I think they say like the most common name starts with a J. So a lot of the times you'll hear them go there. They'll be like, I feel there was somebody, your grandfather had a J in his name on this side of the room, and half that side will be like, oh, yes, my grandpa was Jackie. But who knows, man? I'm just saying, I would listen to what he says he thinks is going on, wouldn't you? I'd be willing to listen. You know, I've heard a lot of them so far on the Summer Wells case. I'll tell you that. There was no shortage of psychic theories on that. I seen this. I thought this was funny too. My son has just asked me a question which is so unanswerable that I fear it may rip a hole in the very fabric of the space-time continuum. Why is there no mouse-flavored cat food? It's a mind blower, ain't it? Why is there no mouse-flavored cat food? Mind blown. Do I have a mind blown button on this thing? I don't. I need one, don't I? Mind blown. Mind blown. I thought it was funny too. Yeah. That's funny, ain't it? Mouse flavored cat food. I think it's because cats don't really like the taste of the mice. It's the chase they're after. What do y'all think? I'm at the place with Summer Wells' case that I would be willing to listen to just about any idea in order to help find her. Yeah, there ain't much I would block out at this point. I'd say because of the Black Plague, yeah, it turned people off to mice, didn't it? That's funny. I'd like to see an ad campaign for it and see how it would do. Do you love your kitty? Well, give your kitty what's the most natural thing for it that it likes the best. Tender Cat comes out with mouse flavored. We have Jerry. Just the regular house mouse flavor. Then we have Mexican mouse flavor. Speedy Gonzalez. Arriba, arriba, andale, andale. If they had different flavors, that'd be tight, wouldn't it? There's a lot of mice you can go with. Ratatouille, I guess he'd be Italian. Like, I mean, we have listened to a lot of BS over the past 3 years. Yes. Mickey. I don't know what Mickey be. How do we know there isn't, John? Who knows what a mouse tastes like? Oh, I'm sure somebody could tell you. Speedy flavored. LOL. Yes, speedy flavored. Spicy. Comes in medium. What's the one flavor? There's medium, hot, mild. Mild speedy. Not as spicy. I don't know, y'all. I feel I tell you, I'm getting sketched out by the time I end up on the Sebastian situation. I hate to think we're going to be sitting here years down the line wondering what happened to both of them. My computer guy, who is really, really, really like super intelligent, but made the remark to me that Google itself knows exactly where Summer Wells is. The explanation was complicated but plausible. I wonder if there's going to be a time to where like you could submit everything you got, like everything, phone records, traffic film, all this shit, and just pile it into an AI thing, and it could give you probabilities, and it would start solving a bunch of shit. The person who runs a cat rescue, may I say that it's unpleasant enough to have the cat food we have now, so I can do without the mouse food. You're not supposed to be eating the shit, Lip Lock. God, honey, are you eating it? No, it's for the kitties. It's for the kitties. We've talked about this. Did you see someone posted on Michelle After Dark's Facebook page that Summer's remains were found? How awful these trolls are. Tina, not a drama nana. I've seen that on a few things. God, Lip Lock. Honey, I can't believe you're doing that again. That's why you lost all that weight. You need more than 2 cups a day. I'm sorry. Jeez. Yeah, but I've seen that. Like, if you, a lot of the times, like, you know how when you're typing in a name, you can start typing in Summer's name and stuff like that will come up. If you click on it, there's all kinds of wildness out there, you know. And it I don't know. I'm not going to get into how I feel about the dishonesty of how far some thumbnail titles go, you know. The same size now I've been all my life except for when I was pregnant. LOL. Is that your diet? The Lip Lock diet? 2 cans of 9 limes once a day. A lot of water. Oh, y'all. I just don't know, man. I feel like, you know, I feel like when you get to the point with Summer's case, though, sometimes you feel like there's going to be it's just something needs to happen. But at 3 years, like that kind of stuff seems to walk out the door, you know. Like I've often thought after the boys were away for a while, maybe they knew something, and that would be what happened. I don't know. Well, good for Lip Lock. My buddy's getting fat. You ain't partaking in that diet, huh, Suzette? Oh. Some take it to unspeakable lengths. Yeah, they do, man. I mean, anytime you put a missing child's name in the headline and body found in it, and it's not the case, I don't know, man. I just don't like it. I wouldn't want to do that to everybody, especially people that watch me, and like the feeling they would have until they played a little bit and realized that's not what was going on. That's what I've been hoping, that one or all the boys know something that they will tell. Yeah, I don't like to bring them up much because I want them to be, I don't like publicizing them, but I've hoped that, because you never know. But like now to where we've gotten, I used to worry about maybe it's a scared thing, but it's been that long. Who knows, you know? That's the parents' talk. We will never know. JDTC, just tell us how you really feel. We're here for it. I'm sick of all the clickbait they're using these poor babies' cases. Suzette, I've said it, man. I don't know. But I sit here. My thing is, though, I'm not going to get upset about something that everybody else seems to be fine with. It's kind of where I've gotten with that. You know, I guess I can find it like tasteless all I want, but you know, my opinion don't matter that much apparently. Live next to a sweet shop and a block away from a bakery. I'll never see the size I was when I was younger. So you're saying it's your environment's holding you back, not a drama nana. I tell you, I think they should do prayer vigils more. The older I get, the more I have this thing about karma, and I don't know, putting positivity out there. Me too, not I love carbs. Is that all I had? I thought I had something else to show y'all. I'm looking though, and I'm not seeing nothing. I still keep my map up so I can always tell y'all what I think should be searched, and that's north of there. I think that's the most important shot there is because that shows where the high school is. That's where that's the route Katie traveled to look for Sebastian that day when she left the house. The famous construction site there in the middle. It's creepy, man, that construction site. If you've ever like really looked around at it, how there's like no houses and there's names for the roads and stuff where it's like, I guess, mid completion. I'm hungry now. Summer in Utah Wells, a young girl who went missing from her home in Rogersville, Tennessee on June 15, 2021. She was last seen walking. She was last seen Beach Creek community at her home. So close to the school, right? All that woods up to the north. What do y'all think, man, about the that thing I read earlier? For those of you that was here, thing that talked about, it's called eloping. Is that what it was called? Children with autism disorder may run away or wander off, a behavior called eloping by clinicians. According to a study by America's Academy of Pediatrics, nearly half of children with ASD will elope at least once before age 17. What if that's the answer, y'all? What if he got out there? They say, you know, that can happen and then bad stuff can be a result of that. It's like I mean, you kind of think along that line, right? That he left the house somehow and we don't know where since, right? Maybe it was eloping. All the crazy similarities are crazy with Summer and Sebastian's case. Yeah, there's a lot of it. The TBI seems not to have a clue in either. I hate to even talk about the TBI in Summer's case because they have never acted like they really had an idea of shit to me. They just have the most poker face, tell you nothing ever. Check GPT gathers all its information from the internet all around the world, so it's full of misinformation and disinformation. I strongly recommend nobody uses it. Yeah, don't use it for receipts. I guarantee you that. I tell you, the thing about if Sebastian ran away, and why I tend to think it's still a possibility, is just because the brashness of Chris Proudfoot don't seem like somebody that's worried about getting caught. I know a lot of y'all think it's him, which it could be. I'm not saying it's not. It's just saying the eloping thing, it's a possibility. Can't, until we know what happened to him, everything has got to be a possibility. And I know a lot of people dream for the best case scenario, that somehow he got to somebody that had his best interests. My son is 17 with autism and has eloped. I call it running because they quick, and my fence I chained and padlocked, and cameras everywhere, inside and out. I'm taking no chances. See, that's, and that's a lot of people's thing about them that I think don't make any sense, is to have the resources they did, not to have better way of keeping up with him. Let me ask you this, discovering the truth. Were you kind of aware of eloping before it happened, or no? Had you heard of that before? I agree. Everything has to be evaluated. I think so, man, especially until we know something. All things taken into consideration, it's almost as if they didn't want to keep constant surveillance on Sebastian. It don't seem like it was a priority. Let's not forget when law enforcement slammed Candace against the car and asked what she did with Summer when they first showed up per dawn. Nah. Anything per dawn I worry about, I really do. Yes, my son has eloped since he started walking. Oh, and a lot like my son, has no fears or understanding of dangers. See, that's the people I like to hear from, that, have experience and know, the have experience with kids with autism. So your son had been doing it since he was little, since he started walking. God bless you. I tell you, I know how bad my anxiety is, and God bless you for keeping up with him. I know it's got to be a challenge. Never had a special needs child, but I'm pretty sure that with a child with autism, that I would want to pretty much keep an eye on them. 100%. You'd want to maybe even go considering going a little extra, wouldn't you? I don't know, guys. Till we know, we don't know, I don't guess. Everybody, I want to thank you for coming. I want to thanks to all the subscribers, all the members. Thank you so much. All the viewers, the rewatch gang, the mods, everybody, I appreciate it. Let me come on and ramble and share what I think. Riley went out of his bedroom window once when he was 4 because it wasn't dark yet and he wanted to play outside longer, the only time he left the house. Y'all hit the thumbs up too. Damn, I forget to say that. The algorithm hates me, y'all. Ever since I made the video that got taken down where I was slamming a you-know-what, it's been against me. So I appreciate everybody that has that is here. It's supposed to have been off probation, but they didn't start it till I acknowledged something, and I didn't realize that. So we'll see how much longer we stick at it with the rules you got to play by here. It's ridiculous. Try my best to advocate for not only my son, but many who don't have a voice, because my son was nonverbal till he was 14. Now it's mostly echolalia were the mostly repeat things. Wow. Discovering the truth. What do you think Sebastian could have possibly eloped? Thank you to everyone for being here today. I'll be off probation June 9th, LOL. Lip lock, it makes it hard on you, don't it? Probably why some creators switch to other platforms. Yeah. I'm thinking about doing it. Going to Rumble. I got so many people here that's been with me forever. I can't quit here, but I hate how things are judged on the platform. Let's say that. I don't want to get myself in any more bigger of a hole. But everybody, thanks for coming. Hit your thumbs up, please. Please hit the thumbs up. It's supposed to help a lot. And I'll see you Friday. I'm going to have a panel guest. I'm not sure who yet. If I can't land somebody, I'm going to just have an open panel discussion. And whoever it is, I'm going to get them to answer some questions on Sebastian's case and stuff. I honestly believe he might have eloped, maybe got overstimulated by something. I know my son gets overstimulated by lights and noises some people wouldn't even notice. There you go. And that's from somebody that has a lot more experience and knowledge of this than most of us. So if somebody, that's lived the experience is thinks that's the possibility, then I do too. So till we know, we don't know. And I hope everybody really is keeping an honest eye open for this guy, for this kid, for this young man. And I hope we get him found soon. Keep your eyes open. I know everybody wants to get the mom and everybody else and the stepdad and all this, but keep your eyes open until then. Until we do know, keep them open. This could still have a good ending. It really could. Everybody else, I'll see y'all Friday morning. We're gonna make it 10, so it's not as early for everybody. We're gonna start at 10. Thanks everybody for coming. I'll see y'all Friday.